Sticky Cross. Hi, my name is Anna and I'm a singer.
Hi, my name is Peyton and I'm a dancer.
And today, what are we doing today?
Today, we are back with another comeback reaction, this time to BDC, and it is our first video about them on our channel, not our first time reacting to them. It's complicated, and I'll explain.
So, we mentioned this in our BDC video that is actually coming out tomorrow, but we had requests for BDC, so we put it on our schedule. A few days later, their comeback date was released, and it was the day before we had scheduled them on our calendar. We have pre-filmed the reaction coming out tomorrow. The timeline is just strange.
Yes.
But yeah, their comeback just happened today called Moonrider, and obviously we have watched the teasers for it, and from the beginning I see some moon imagery again, so let's go! Yeah.
It starts in the ending pose of Shoot the Moon.
Oh, it's all connected. It feels very... oh, strings. It's like superhero-y, sort of.
Yeah, it does have that sort of line.
But I mean, maybe it's because the music video also makes me think of like training montage.
Yeah,
sort of.
Very epic. It's the planning meeting.
Well,
It's like a telephone. Cute. This part reminds me of their logo, like the D and C in their logo.
oh yeah. Wait, that's cool. I wonder if that has anything to do with why they've chosen this moon theme.
Light at the end of the tunnel.
Oh, nice. Something about it feels like vaguely 80s too. What is that?
Is that for the next part of the story?
Oh my goodness, so many stories.
Okay, so honestly, a lot of this is really difficult to talk about since our Shoot the Moon reaction's coming out tomorrow because it's so connected. So, shameless plug, everyone should also check out our Shoot the Moon reaction tomorrow night. I mean, it literally, like I said, it starts in the final pose of Shoot the Moon. And obviously it's a storyline because then at the end of it, they're like looking at something, and so you know that's part of the storyline as well. before I get into talking about the moon imagery, let's talk about other imagery that's in it. There's a lot of flying imagery in this, which just makes sense when I look at the lyrics of the song and also just think about the term moon rider. I just think about someone flying around space. I just had a light bulb moment. Anyways, that was kind of the imagery that it was giving me. And like examples of that are a lot of extended arms, and like there's the part where they kick back and sort of dive forward. And that specific moment, here's the light bulb moment, feels kind of like a rocket taking off because of the way they're pushing their body out. But the interesting thing about those moments, because you could very easily do those as sort of transition movements or just movements in between others where they just kind of pass by and they're just part of the dance, especially the extended arms. That's a very easy way to go from one position to another one and kind of change around. They're holding those poses. So like when they extend their arms, they break and then they hold and then they keep going. Or when they do I'm gonna call it the rocket ship move, there's a moment where they're holding their body in that like extended line down. So it's very linear, which offers a really good contrast to the moon imagery. And yeah, obviously there's just a lot of it. And again, it's all very connected to the other one, but you can still talk about it individually. So like it starts in the moon, but this time it's interesting because the moon is kind of broken open at the very beginning instead of all connected. So I was like, oh, is it because this is like the next part of the story? And then in the story, they're obviously like trying to fix something. And so is there like an issue, like something's happened and they have to like fix it? One of the interesting things to me is the whole time in the music video, the imagery they're showing, like not in the dance, but in the music video, it's all full moon. We'll say the full moon stands for something being complete, and they're trying to get back to that sort of moment. And that's in what he's painting, it's what he draws on the ground. And then you could even extend it to as far as like they're coming together into a full unit. But in the dance, a lot of the imagery is like broken half moons, and it's like they kind of are trying to put it back together but kind of missing. So it's all telling a story. And so I want to know how this dance ends. Does it end back in a full circle? It's not out yet, so I don't know, but that's what I really hope, because that like would follow the storyline. I don't know how to end these comments, but I really enjoyed it. And Anna's turn.
Hi, so for my comments, it's also kind of hard to talk about because a lot of what's going on in my head is like references to Shoot the Moon, which we have watched, but y'all have not seen us react to it yet. Since it's so clearly connected in like a storyline, I think it's really cool that like you said parts of the dance are connected, obviously like moon imagery and like the starting pose, but also a lot of the musical lines that stuck out in Shoot the Moon carried over into this song, Moon Rider. So like one really obvious one is, I'm assuming everyone has seen Shoot the Moon by now. In the chorus of Shoot the Moon, it's like a thumping bass with like a more sort of groovy bass line on top of it, and that really stuck out to both of us. But that is like the verse instrumental for Moon Rider, like right off the bat from the beginning, and I was like, oh, are these the same? I haven't checked if it's like the exact same instrumental, but if it was, that'd be really cool. Another thing is there's like a hint of strings in, I think, the bridge of Shoot the Moon, and then in this song, Moon Rider, strings are like so prominent in the chorus. Just the continuity is really cool when you see how it's so connected. And like how I just said, the strings are really prominent, like present in this song. It's interesting because it actually doesn't start playing in the song until the second half of the first chorus. It only plays in the choruses. The second chorus, the strings are there from the beginning, but that's because the second chorus, they only play the second half of the chorus before going into the bridge. All the lines are very short, and they're almost all ascending, and it's played very aggressively. They're all like very accented. Like if I'm picturing an actual person playing the string lines, I see like their whole body moving with it the whole time, and it's really like a driving force in the song. Even though it's not like a continuous line playing the whole time, it's like a little bit stops, a little bit stops. It's really increasing the energy, like building anticipation along with like what's happening in the music video. It's very effective. But also I like how they decided to use like strings for that, because like the tone quality of the strings together also has a sort of like bright but hazy feeling to it, like Moonlight. Also, a lot of the background vocals that are happening and like harmonies also have that same sort of feeling, like bright but like sort of hazy. But then also in the background there are like these little synth effects that happen really small, but it reminds me of like any space movie that you watch. In the music that they play, it has little effects like that make you think of like the stars or like the northern lights. So yeah, just everything about this is very like thought out and planned for their storyline that they're creating. So now I'm wondering, so what from this song is going to carry over into the next song? But that's all I have to say. Yeah. It's my turn to TLDR though. So TLDR for this video is it was our second time reacting to BDC, but for you guys it seems like the first time we're reacting to them in their comeback Moonrider. And in case you couldn't tell, we really liked it, and it's hard to say, our intrigue from the first time we saw them has been like satisfied with this one, and we will continue to be intrigued, but it just sounds weird because you haven't seen what we thought of their first two releases yet.
Which you should totally check out tomorrow.
Shameless plug.
With that being said, if you enjoyed this reaction video, if you also enjoyed BDC's comeback, Moonrider, and are loving this like story that they're putting on in their music videos, their songs, and their dances, then please leave a like, comment, subscribe, ding, turn on your notification bell, and